the stage and kept there. Okay, there's a few riders being dropped in the final circuit here, but unfortunately now for the breakaway, it's not looking good. Are we going to see someone that's going to hit out from here and try and hold them off?
Well, they're all calling for the backup. The ramp has been dealt with, just as it's a kind of a motorway bridge, really. They've gone up and over the top. They've got now a little bit of descending to help out their legs, but there you can see this gentle hump that we've been over right now. Here is the pack racing into town. Still, Paul Magny's got to be amongst your favourites. Danny Van Poppel will be in the mix today. Ben Turner likewise. Couple of turns still to be taken, including that pesky double 90-degree at the very last. They've got a modest margin, but I'm afraid the gap is starting to be trimmed. They're well within sight at the moment. And but there's some tired legs back here as well. Jaco being encouraged to come through. Donaldson or Campbell Stewart for them today. I think Campbell Stewart would possibly be their choice. Cairo Rowell thinking that third place yesterday for them and might actually deal with it. Kern Farmer have got Paul Miguel, but they've got a man up the road as well in Anzar. Cairo Rowell working for Jean Nicolau or possibly Molinar. They take a toot on the Bidon, but it's almost a cheers back home, I think, from Rowan Konings. Surprised he's still holding a bottle with 3.1 kilometres to go. Maybe he's just dispatched that. They spread wide and handsome around. And here we go. It's into this double turn. It's quite unkind because they've still got 2.5 to go before they actually get to the line, but they will see the Flamme Rouge. Huge squeals of the brakes as they all try and get into that corner, Brian, and they've just about stayed upright.
Yeah, they've done a good job so far. If I was in Ace Grenadiers, I'd do what they did in stage 3, go into the corner in numbers, the 2 left-hand corners before the finish, and this time let the wheel go with the Turner in front, and for 3:50 to go, Turner could possibly go the whole way.
Anzar pulls the pin. He's gone backwards. Meanwhile, out front, it's Mark Stewart who's kicking on here. Struggling to stay with him is Martin Volter, just behind the Dayglow helmet here of Rowan Konings from Maytech Solarwatt. Everyone else just getting themselves sorted out. If these guys got anything left, 2.4 kilometres, only 10 seconds. I'm afraid it's not going to be enough. They're going to get caught within the Flamme Rouge. If indeed the Peloton can get itself sorted out, they want to get in colour order to try and finish the job of a sprint today, but we still have 3 riders from the breakaway up the road. 10 seconds they have. Looking a little bit laboured now is Mark Stewart, stamping on the pedals ever so slightly. Shoulders starting to roll. They've had a big task out there today, and they've stood up to it rather beautifully. Now it's Konings that has a look, and I think is thinking about saying farewell, give it a go, but it's not going to be me. Anzar's already gone backwards. He is now being collected and it's spat out the back of the Peloton. Mark Stewart has a look-see, and I think they all know that this is job done. It's Volta giving it a last couple of stamps on the pedals here with 1,700 metres to go. Possibly just thinking of the honour of spearing through the Flamme Rouge, which they will do in about 600 metres time. Meanwhile, a great line out by Ineos Grenadiers. They getting themselves ready to do a job, but so are Soudal-QuickStep with Paul Magny. There were others that would like to grab something out of this day, and Red Bull, Bora Hansgrohe, with Danny Van Poppel also thinking about coming to join the final. In fact, Danny Van Poppel is hanging on to the coattails of Ben Turner at the moment. Oh, can't do it. He's just been squeezed out of it. That's not a nice thing. Not nice for him, but it just shows you how focused this is. Now there's some shoulders getting involved. Oh, there's too much there. That was too much. I think it's Tarozzi from Group Vardiani who was sharing some shoulder barging there with Danny Van Poppel as they tried to find some space. But it's all about this right now, and this is the drag race, Brian.
Yep, coming into this 2 left-handers, and especially at this speed. But Ben Turner's in a perfect position here, but a lot of movement, and I think by the looks of things, Paul Magny has got a couple of teammates to be able to help him, but this is going to be sketchy.
Very sketchy indeed. The double left-hander starting to show itself right now. Manier's in a good position. Ben Turner likewise just streaming up the inside. Can't find any space. Danny Van Poppel just been marched out of it. And suddenly we're into the hoarded section. And now it's about these guys. Breakaway has been done and dusted. But Danny Van Poppel's in a good place. He's in wheel 3. Ben Turner's also there. It's a scream for home. But can you possibly make it all the way? Manier with the bit between his teeth. Or his teammate has. He's just hanging at the moment on the back wheel as Ben Turner goes to the 4. Manier in third wheel. He's coming into space here. He's got a good run with Tarozzi on his wheel as well. He's going to challenge him for it. It's going to be a surprise at the very line here. Ben Turner, in fact, it's Manier versus Tarozzi on the throw. Oh my goodness. Tarozzi gets it. We got a crash as well. Beg your pardon. My life. What a finale that was, Brian.
Cogout taking that for Premier Tech. It's been third twice in this stage, in this race so far, but takes an emphatic win by Premier Tech. They did a lot of riding on the front there, unfortunately made a fall on the finishing straight there, but Premier Tech get the victory here in Zagreb.
Well, good for them. Apologies. Ben Turner, I thought he'd actually timed it absolutely perfectly. And I was distracted by the pale blue here, but it is Premier Tech that take it. That was a fine win. I've got to say, in appalling conditions, he had to work very hard for it. There was a lot of shoulders involved between him, don't forget, and Danny Van Poppel out there. We'll see what the commentators have to say about that. But that was one heck of a feisty finale.